focus, because in order to support our grassroots campaign, we need our members to support. So this year, as we speak, we have 231 members, and we are the second largest chapters in the USA. The first largest chapter is Houston. We are the second one. So I want to thank everybody for your really support to Orange County chapter. Now let me give you some of the activity that we have in the past 1 year. This is the annual meeting in Washington DC back in December. And you can see the people from all over the country come to attend our annual meeting. Next annual meeting is going to be in Florida, West Palm Beach, I believe, in December. If any member want to join the annual meeting, you are very welcome. Just let me know, and then we can register for you. All right. This is after the annual meeting. We went up to Capitol Hill to meet with the congressmen, senators, to lobby for Taiwan. And we met with Congressman Ted Yu last December in Los Angeles with the invitation. My wife and I were there with from the invitation of our president, our current president. All right. Next one is that our board member, every year we have an annual retreat. This year we were in San Diego. When we were retreat, we would just like relax and plan for the year activities. Now this is 228 Memorial Service. We always co-sponsor. This is in Taiwan Center in LA. And Mayor, Taipei Mayor's Guo, he came over here to visit. We went to Los Angeles to welcome him. And our distinguished member, Mr. Ted Ellison, he retired from the presidency of the Friends of Taiwan this year. And these are the members from Orange County FAPA, went over there to celebrate for him. And I know that Mr. Ted Ellison won't retire from FAPA OC. Next one is a fundraising event in the Atrium Hotel. The congressman from Taiwan, Cai Fengnam, was here to help fundraising. Next one is that in Winter Woods we have over 40 FAPA members. So we have a get-together twice a year. One is in May, the other one is right before Thanksgiving. And the reason is that we want to thank them for their really lifetime support for FAPA. Even today, they are still supporting FAPA. We really appreciate it. And of course, everybody know that the inauguration of President Tsai on May 20th in Taipei, several members went back to Taipei to have this kind of celebration over there. And then FAPA headquarters also have the fundraising in Taipei, and we have a full house, 77 tables, completely booked. It's a very successful event. Thanks President Chen and also FAPA headquarters staff. And this is our medical forum, and to help our senior member to keep them healthy. And so every year we have this medical forum. And next year we are planning to have a psychology medical forum. We're going to invite Ruth, our member, distinguished member, who is a psychologist. He is going to give us a speech. And President Tsai came over here May 20th, and we went to the, June 30th, I'm sorry. We went to the University Hilton to welcome her. And we make a special banner to welcome President Tsai. And our annual picnic, this is the second year, very successful. Over 200 people attended this year. Last year was first time it was 120 people. This year is 200. It's become a big event. We also have the movie premiere, Wednesday Back Home. This is the Japanese. They were born and raised in Taiwan between 1895 and 1945. And they really love Taiwan. They really feel that Taiwan is their hometown. That's where they were born. So it's very touched. We are very pleased to have this movie premiere in Laguna Woods. And of course, we co-sponsor every year what now was Student Common Race for Cure in Fenshing Island, Newport Beach. This is Team Taiwan. Very, very outstanding event. And we also recently we met the Congressman Ed Royce, and you can see many people show up. This is just to meet. This is not fundraising event. And also we can co-sponsor Professor Shirley Lin from University of Virginia. She gave us a speech related to Taiwan's China dilemma. Very good, excellent speaker, and we hope she can help us in our cause. This is our key focus as a local chapter. One is the membership drive, the other one is congressional campaigns. We are the grassroots organization. So our focus is in Orange County Congressman Ed Royce, Dana Rollo Parker in Huntington Beach, and also Mimi Waters in Irvine, Laguna Woods, Laguna Hill, Tustin. So I'm very pleased to say that all three of them co-sponsor the HCR ADA, which is 6 assurance that U.S. government extended to Taiwan, Taiwanese people. And you can see this. The Congress gave President Tsai a very, very good, nice gift. Just right before her inauguration, May 18th, the Congress approved this HCR ADA, 6 assurance. So with that, and also I want to show that this chapter received an award from the headquarters last December to cover all the congressional contacts, membership drive, and fundraising. I think we, as a member, we should be very proud of it. And thank you very much. And in the program, we have, today we are gonna have President Chen give us a brief on the FAPA headquarters. All right, so, we have a new member just joined today. Mrs. Chen Xiuzhen. She just joined us today. Thank you very much. So I'm going to give our phone to our President Chen, and President Chen is very young, and we are so happy that we have young generation, continue the FAPA's, course. And he is an attorney, a practicing attorney, and he has been doing the volunteer attorney work for FAPA for the last 10 years at least. So please welcome him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nick. It is wonderful, very wonderful to be here. When Nick showed a picture of OC chapter receiving the award, he was being very modest. That is an award for the best overall performance. So that covers membership, fundraising, and congressional contacts. I like to use Orange County as an example from other chapters, and it is truly amazing. Orange County's membership increases every year. Money never decreases, which I appreciate a lot. Thank you. And your contact with members of Congress is tremendous. The example of Mimi Walters is one story that I'd like to share with other chapters. So, on behalf of the entire FAPA, I would like to thank Nick and all of the FAPA Orange County chapter leadership and members for your great work. Thank you very much. I know a lot of faces here, but it always feels like family when I'm here. Mainly because when I first started FAPA 17 years ago, the leadership is still here. And what amazed me most about Orange County is that everybody treats each other with respect and support. Often I see a lot of chapters when a president, once he's elected president, he always acts as the president, right? But in Orange County, it's different in that once you're elected president, you're finished. You still stay behind and help, right? For example, Josephine done a great job as FAPA Orange County chapter president. She's there signing in and helping people. Same thing with Mrs. Sue, Mr. Sue, Johnny too. So a lot of leadership, and Wan too. Wan I think is still in Taiwan. But all the Orange County chapter really has no egos. And this is something that I'm very proud to be associated with. And so using that, I want to lead into the gist of my brief talk today. My focus is how do we broaden U.S.-Taiwan relations and Taiwan self-determination. And I want to use what we did FAPA this year as an example. When I first started FAPA 17 years ago, the community was very passionate. And back then, I think the main focus was have the US recognize Taiwan as a country. Right? And it seems to be the single direction, that's the only direction that we take. We, of course, protest China, but it seems like our approach is just straight head on. So over the last 17 years, what I've seen is the Taiwanese community has adapted. We've gone to soft power. We've gone through civil society, meaning working with other organizations and lower levels. And we've also worked with non-Taiwanese groups to help Taiwan gain the status that it deserves. The first example I want to give you is we had a sort of a reunion of members in Taiwan. This is right after elections. And of course, everybody's very happy, right? The purpose is one thing, to let FAPA members sort of celebrate a little bit, but also to invite key politicians and public officials to speak about what they think about Taiwan. Most notably, it was Mayor Ko from Taipei. And so Mayor Ko talked about part of Taiwan's problem for self-determination is the system. He said, and this is off the record, make sure there's no reporter here. He said, when I went in, I want to make a change. It's like everybody's an enemy around me, right? It's like a parachute in, and he's the only person. So what he was trying to highlight is that all the people in the key positions still believe in the old system, the KMT system. Right? So what he said was sort of a highlight of the problem facing Taiwan and self-determination is, even if the top leadership changes, if the system is still the same, it is very difficult. Right? And we see that today as well. When FAPA worked with TECRO and Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Taiwan, the key people we can communicate with, the people that carry out the agendas, if they don't follow through, it is still very difficult. Now, this is a reflection of what FAPA can do for Taiwan self-determination. This is in 2015 when Tsai Ing-wen visited United States, DC specifically. This is a reception of members of Congress. There were total about 30 members of Congress that met with Dr. Tsai. And the general US policy is, whoever the candidate is, they provide the same treatment. So for example, Zhu Li would meet the same people that Tsai Ing-wen met. The only exception is Tsai Ing-wen has this reception. Zhu Li didn't, because FAPA hosted for her. And this is an example of how FAPA can help with US-Taiwan relations. Allow Tsai Ing-wen to meet with policymakers that matters, right? Now people ask, well, how come you only have an event for DPP? Why don't you do one for KMT? And my response is, well, if KMT loves Taiwan, maybe we'll do it too, right? Now, I want to make a note. There was 21 congratulatory letters from members of Congress after President Tsai was elected. One of them came from Mimi Walters. And so I want to thank Orange County chapter for that. And I also want to point out that there was one extension remark by a member of Congress before the election. Meaning there was one member of Congress that said, United States will support the result of free elections and the leader that elected before the elections. This is a very timely message to make sure that China understands the U.S. is going to support the new Taiwan leadership. And who was the member of Congress that gave this remark? It was Ted Lieu. Now this is an example of how U.S.-Taiwan relations and self-determination can take place through the civil society. This is an example of Costco letter that we wrote and got a positive response. So in Costco, one of our members, young members, wanted to apply for a job in Costco. And this is in Taiwan. And so she picked place of birth. And she said, how come I can't find Taiwan? And then she looked. Taiwan was listed as Taiwan province of China. Right? And she was very upset. Right? She goes, how could this happen? Right? So she told us, FAPA sent a letter to Costco, and 3 months later, Costco responded with, we very much believe Taiwan is a country. Right? And so Costco changed the system. So now, if you go back and apply for a job in Costco, Taiwan is just listed Taiwan, no longer a province of China. And so this is another example of airline, Delta Airlines. Same thing. One of our members says when she was buying a ticket, and then the receipt says the charge, it says taxes paid to Taiwan province of China, right? And she goes, China doesn't get my tax. Why does it say province of China? So we wrote to Delta, and Delta responded, says, you're right, we'll change it, right? So they actually reissued a receipt with just Taiwan and took out the province of China. So that's also a positive story. Other ways that we can affect U.S.-Taiwan relations is through the local levels. Every month in May, we have a Taiwanese American Heritage Week. We acknowledge and celebrate Taiwanese identity. Right? And these are examples of proclamations by different areas, including Gainesville, Florida. And this one is in Congress, from members of Congress. And there are other ones from city and state levels recognizing and celebrating Taiwanese heritage. Right? And it is not often that a specific ethnic group gets to be acknowledged, but Taiwan is one of the few that does get acknowledged in May. One of our biggest legislations that we managed to pass was a concurrent resolution 88. This is the 六项保证. The main point behind that is the U.S. will continue arms sales to Taiwan. This is a point that I've spoken along with Nick and other people with Congressman Ted Lieu too. Congressman Ted Lieu has a military background. United States thinks it's very important to enable Taiwan to protect itself. So the resolution says that the 6 assurances, what Reagan said, is very important. It is part of the cornerstone, meaning it is the key policy for the United States. And 6 assurances includes United States would not end military sale to Taiwan. The other key point of the 6 is the status of Taiwan is to be determined by the people of Taiwan, not by China. So this is very key. The reason we wanted this happen is, in the past, even currently, whenever China meets with the U.S., right, they always talk about Taiwan. And the United States always says, we reaffirm Taiwan Relations Act, and then the One China policy, right? So what we did is we make this part of it, right? So we're working on in the future that U.S. policy would just be the Taiwan Relations Act and the 6 assurances. If we can take out the One China policy, that would be great. Now this is the fundraiser we had in Taiwan in May, and it was very successful. I want to thank Nick, who flew back, as well as Orange County chapters that donated a lot of money. The reason we went back is part of it we want to celebrate the new leadership. Part of it is to promote what FAPA is trying to do, which is stronger U.S.-Taiwan relations. Along the way, we met a lot of people from different sort of backgrounds. For example, we met with Ku Kwan Ning, right? Mr. Ku was very generous. He donated $100,000 to FAPA. And his policy viewpoint was, you gotta just rush. 以台语讲，你就一直冲，莫惊你冲上过头，是惊你冲无够，right? So, and he made a point is, 台湾跟美国关系，唔是惊讲台湾做上济、上超过，是惊你无出声，啊，美国人唔知你爱啥物，right? So his point, I think, and I agree with very much, is Taiwan needs to speak up. Because between China and the U.S., and let's be very honest, those are the two leaders of the world right now. Then you will not be heard, right? U.S. and China only response if you are assertive and active. And these are the people that donate a lot of money to us. I want to appreciate Zheng Hongyi very much. And I have to tell you, Zheng Hongyi is the best fundraiser I ever seen, right? And let me give you an example. 咱台湾就是在底下，有当下上一罐树哈，纪念树、高粱树，一磅去市场买 the average market price is $60 US. We sold it for $7,000 US. So, part of it is 郑弘仪，还有黄老师最厉害。黄老师讲，你可以10万好不好？你30万好不好？ So it helps when people are passionate and willing to help us. And I want to share a little story about 宝岛声音电台这边是当属长 the lady in blue, right? She's about 45 years old. 伊买一粒球棒球是陈伟英签的，伊买一粒10万块台币嘛。我就问伊讲，你啥来支持FAPA？伊就讲，我的爸爸就是当属长的爸爸，因爸爸1980年代遐有来美国，因为伊当初FAPA 有 founder 伊要创一个电台嘛，一个 broadcast center 要 broadcast into Taiwan。伊当初迄 equipment 拢是 very sophisticated and you need license， 所以其实你就是要拓开然后 parts of it 你就要抓等于台湾，然后搁导。And so you need specialists。因爸爸就是其中一个 specialist。因爸爸来美国讲，哇，伫美国安尼侪爱台湾人，搁唔惊家己性命，要替台湾拍拼出声。因爸爸足感动的，因爸爸有故事讲互伊听，伊就会去。所以30 years later, she remembers that, and she wanted to help， 因为咱台美人过去为台湾民主的牺牲，所以 she knows. So that story tells me we need to start telling our younger generations about Taiwan, right? Because one day, I think, if we have one or two people that remember the story, it would help Taiwan. And so that's another goal that FAPA is trying to reach, is to educate and let the younger generation know why Taiwan is important, why U.S.-Taiwan relations is important. Okay. Now, FAPA also strengthens the very standard parts of advocacy. Right? We meet with members of Congress and ask them to support us. This is a great example. This is Congressman Steve Shapit on the left. Shapit, he sponsored ACR 88. Right? He keep it that one真济遍啊，去看单据片，好像是遍来很遍。So at a recent meeting, this is September, right? When Assistant Secretary of State Danny Russell was at hearing, Shapit 就讲 how come U.S. does not support Taiwan more? Okay? A key part, and we translate it into Chinese, right? 等我欢迎等我哈。下面的讲，说客气一点，我认为世界亏待了台湾，因为中国的打压，他们被排斥。啊，我认为这是荒唐，只有此理。台湾是个实际上已经独立的国家。啊，so we have members of Congress willing to speak for us so strongly because of you guys, members and chapters reaching out. Shepherd 以 the Ohio Cincinnati, Ohio 它台湾其實多些 but we have a few Taiwanese Americans keep reaching out to him over time, telling him why Taiwan is important. He is now, I think, top 1 or 2 most strongest supporter of Taiwan. Okay. Now, aside from the direct lobby, what we're trying to do now is called more of a soft power or U.S. side. 这是2010的 census vote count 啊，这是人口调查。过去，咱拢爱写一个 other， 佮写因台湾意思啊。咱其实咱有做一个 video， I think Elena and Evan， 还有网络伫内底。所以咱也是美国的 census data 内底都有台湾意思哦，咱就要佮 check 一个 box other， 佮写台湾意思啊。所以咱即届咱 approach 呢 different， 咱要较 aggressive active， 咱要直接要求 census bureau 加一个 box 写台湾意思，咱搞改的话其实这咱差不多几十年前就开始。当初1997、98遐 Census Bureau 一个 recommendation advisory committee 讲 we should include Taiwan， 但伊当初叫 State Department 讲 this is not a good political decision， 所以动了。但是咱即马咱国会的关系较好，咱甲 State Department 关系嘛较好，所以 we want to change that。所以咱第一步呢是，昨 Ed Royce 有写一个 press release to the Census Bureau says Taiwanese deserve a box. This is the步. It's very key. Ed Royce is chairman, so his letter is strong, right? 这方面呢，我要感谢 Nick， 好，甲阮一间 chapter， 因为我知 Nick， 咱顶个伫 Diamond Bar， 咱参加一个 meeting 遐吼，有提出来讲 ，Taiwanese should have a box in national census. 一当阵 Ed Royce has a positive response. Okay, so Ed Royce is willing to do it for us， 因为咱台北人，包括 Orange County chapter 跟 Nick keep going back to him， right？ 咱即摆第二步呢，是要 Congress 内底开始运作，因为 Census Bureau 内底是 Congress oversight，Congress 来管嘛。咱加在有当时是天佑台湾 ，Congress Committee 有权利管 Census 这个代志呢，叫做 Government Oversight。那今年咱其中一个 number 是天佑，好，所以这样代志，我有甲天佑讲过。Terry 嘛真支持。In fact, Victor, can we play a short video?
I am Taiwanese American.
I am a Taiwanese American.
I was born in Taiwan and I'm Taiwanese American.
I am Taiwanese American. I'm Taiwanese American.
In the 2000 U.S. Census, only 800
Only 800 Taiwanese people were counted in San Francisco County.
sound low.
That's because it is. By nearly 80%. This figure is an example of a huge undercount that happens all over the U.S. in Taiwanese communities.
If we want people to know who we are, we have to represent.
We are first generation Taiwanese American.
万喜到时代在伊朗。
我是1.5代台美人。
I am second generation Taiwanese American.
I'm third generation Taiwanese American.
On this year's U.S. Census in Section 9, check the box that says Other.
Other Asian.
Other Asian.
Then be sure to write in Taiwanese.
Right in.
Right in.
Taiwanese.
Taiwanese!
Taiwanese. Oh, this is Barack Obama. I'm Taiwanese American. It doesn't matter if you aren't a U.S. citizen. Everyone needs to be counted. Why? Because the U.S. Census is important tool to record who is an American.
Census data helped determine congressional seats, community services, 400 billion in federal funds.
The more Taiwanese counted in the U.S., the more the U.S. cares about our issues.
I am half Taiwanese, half Vietnamese.
I'm Taiwanese, Persian American.
We are half Taiwanese, half Japanese American.
I'm half Taiwanese and half African American. I love China.
And hopefully we can get that to stop.
All it takes is 10 minutes for 10 questions.
And the information you write is kept safe and private.
Please, remind your friends, your amas, your uncles, your fathers, your mothers, your brothers, your sisters.
Unrelated aunts and uncles, dogs and cats, people you see at Ranch 99, and I call
Lots of people on the street. Excuse me, you're Taiwanese. If you are on the census, check X for other Asian and then write it in Taiwanese. It's really simple.
Be counted.
Be counted.
Be counted. Be counted.
Be counted.
Be recognized.
Be recognized. Be recognized.
Be recognized.
Be recognized.
Be counted. Be recognized.
And maybe next time, Taiwanese won't be listed as an other Asian.
Write in Taiwanese. census2010.tacl.org.
所以是2010，好，咱即马顶个2010的统计是24万台湾人，啊，其实迄是 way too low，好，so the last count from 2010 was 240,000 Taiwanese American. That is way too low. Department of Homeland Security number for people registered as permanent residents from Taiwan was $450,000. I'm sorry, 450,000 members. So that's at least half of what the government registered. So I'm very appreciative that Ted is willing to take the lead. So I know usually we avoid from endorsing candidates, but Peter Chen personally endorsed Ted Liu because Ted really is a great friend for Taiwanese and Taiwanese American community. So if you can, stop by the table next Saturday. Please support Ted. Now we have one more item that we've been working on. This is the Taiwan Travel Act. So the Taiwan Travel Act, it's very simple. It says there should be no restriction for high-level visits between the U.S. and Taiwan. That means Taiwan president should be able to visit D.C. Right? So the current restriction is there are 5 people from Taiwan that cannot visit D.C. The president, vice president, premier, foreign affairs minister, foreign minister, and defense minister. We think this is a little ridiculous. Past Mark Chen San, who's a former FAPA president too, he in Taotuan in Maryland, the D.C. White House 差不多几十迈尔。所以伊无做外交部长遐，伊会使去因兜。但是做外交部长遐就袂使去因兜，嘛袂使去看因某。所以就可以下去包同解释。Right? So this is very ridiculous, right? And it's not good for U.S.-Taiwan relations because you cannot communicate directly. So we've already have it introduced in the House and the Senate. Depending on the election results, we're going to try to push it this year, if not next year. The good thing is, on the House side, we have Democrats and Republicans that support it, right? So it's bipartisan. So this is a challenging legislation because this is binding. If it passes, it's binding on the White House. So we still have a lot of work to do, but we're hoping to make a lot of headway this year. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to show you guys is FAPA is trying to include younger generations so that not only we can have a continuity for FAPA, but also have the next generation understand why Taiwan is so important. So this is the YPG Advocacy Conference. When I started YPG Youth Professional Group, the age group was 18 to 30, right? And then it became 18 to 35. Now it's 18 to 40. Okay? So if you have anybody I could say it doesn't matter the age, if they can relate, please have them join. 今年的坡参加到40个到50个，今年有70个人参加，包括足侪位台湾的学生啦，啊，因为对台湾这个议题有这个 issue 很热心。啊，到我们遐时代力量，嘛来拜访 DC。啊，时代力量较趣味是时代力量，我爱去找 Tecro 啊，伊要直接找FAPA啊，因为伊感觉讲因甲FAPA的意向较近啊，对台湾意思就较近。啊，咱有安排一寡 meeting，Ed Royce 啦 ，Roslyn 啊 ，Rubio Office 嘛有去。啊，主要咱的 message 就是任何支持台湾。认同台湾的组织吼，FAPA拢会愿意甲伊合作。啊，到阮啊台湾啊，其实我感足感动的，这是每一年都有一团位台湾来，去推动台湾参加联合国。啊，今年嘛来，今年咱嘛有交代。OK，last thing，FAPA 过去真 lucky， 咱有做一个好的 staff， 吼。啊 ，Garrett 70岁最近退休，啊 ，we're very appreciative for his contribution. 那今年咱有加入的 new staff ，Jonathan Lin 是伫台湾大汉的美国读册，啊 ，June Lin 呢，因是趣味是伊是学院的学生，太阳花，伊是其中一个情侣内底立法院一个 leader 啊，伊后来变作是因的 spokesperson， 所以 June 来FAPA做 policy fellow 半当，会个 extend， 所以拖来做一年。那 through them 吼，咱要 promote U.S.-Taiwan relations 哦，伫台湾有少年人知影讲，啥啦台美关系足重要，毋是敢若台湾甲中国关系重要，台湾甲美国关系嘛真重要，因为台湾需要美国支持来对付中国。Thank you very much for your time. Nick, apologize, I went over my time. So thank you again, you guys, for supporting FAPA. We have a lot of stuff to do for U.S.-Taiwan relations, and we need your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. It's so honored to have him come over here to give us a briefing as what FAPA is doing. Next, before the next speech.
伊是圣乐团，今仔日我要为大家献唱的有3首好听的台湾民谣。第一首是我若拍开心内的门窗，第二首是你是咱的宝贝，第3首台湾。徛伫历史的面前，聆听台湾超过一架子的风雨飘摇，亲像一把点点下台幽微。无共款的作文，无共款的年纪，无共款的阶级，带着时代差异，用家己的笔轻轻画出记忆。世代的交替，政党的轮替，唯有咱的热情以及疼台湾的温度，永远拢袂退。行伫历史甲现实中间，一架子的混乱。对受压制中，慢慢的破茧而出，有了民主甲繁荣的修成。每一个作文拢是咱台湾的宝贝，唯有放大共同点，包容差异，才会当面对中国甲世界的挑战。这是一个选择，选择无要袂记。选择历史的教训，选择共同来面对，所以咱就爱手牵手，心连心，大家做伙来敲吹，下一个60年台湾新的力量，新的台湾魂。这时，请咱静静来欣赏 Tustin 台湾基督长老教会的诗班所带来3首。好听的台湾民谣，掌声鼓励，多谢。